Hello, my dear friends. Today we're talking about gratitude. We're dedicating this class to the full healing of Esther Bat Batya, Bat Edith, Nassan Sibesar Kakashtia, Yola Gavela Bat Carol Francis, Baruch Ben Ner, Yosef Al Ben Lena, Yosef Yitzchak Ben Bracha, and Lev Ben Ala, Nina Bat Maria, and Lena Bat Nemi. Everyone should have full health, and everyone that needs kids should have kids, and everyone needs to find their soulmate should find their soulmate immediately. And today we're talking about gratitude. What's it say here? Rabbi Shalom Arush brings down that why, let's clarify a little bit more. Why is ingratitude, baseless crying, and not saying thank you the most serious sins that carry the bitterest, I hope that's a word, punishment, worst punishment? Because even without the Torah and its commandments, normal human decency obligates a person to appreciate what others do for him or her and express gratitude. It's just a normal thing to be a good person. Every person, with no exception, is required to be a fair and decent human. To paraphrase our sages, basic decency is a prerequisite for Torah. It says, like derech it's a prerequisite for Torah, means you have to be polite, you have to have manners, you have to be a decent person, a human being, in order to receive God's wisdom. Just the reality. We feel hurt and slighted when others deny the kindness and favors that we do for them. In fact, nothing upsets us more than gratitude. Rabbi Akiva teaches us, do not do to another what you yourself dislike. If we find ingratitude so unsightly, then why should any of us be ungrateful to God, to Hashem, the Creator? Hashem is perturbed. When people veer from the path of simple logic, means normal manners, decency. You need these manners for a normal, healthy society. Simple logic and common sense carry a person directly to the commandments of the Torah. Any human who is honest with himself, non-Jew and Jew alike, will ultimately seek the path of Torah, just as our holy patriarchs perceived the entire Torah through their powers of observation and contemplation. Straightforward logic dictates that a society cannot function properly in a climate where murder, thievery, dishonesty, and adultery are rampant. They are all prohibitions of Torah, the logic of which any decent person can comprehend. So this is just simple common sense, right? And the Ten Commandments, everyone knows this, right? Do not kill, do not steal. It's simple things that our culture, our society is built upon. It doesn't take a PhD to figure that out. Same with gratitude. It's just simple. If you give someone food, they say thank you. So if you give someone food, they say thank you. You want to give them more. I have a friend who I gave him some gift, some CD, and he wrote me a thank you note, handwritten, and he mailed it to me. And I still keep it to this day. I mean, it literally was 3 years ago. And I've literally only met this person maybe 5 times in my life. And I keep this note in my drawer. And it's been 3 years. So in business also, in every aspect, when a person writes a thank you card or a thank you letter to a person, that's really powerful. It's really, really powerful. So that's just saying thank you, just common sense. So that's just saying thanks. The more the person ignores common sense, the more he perturbs Hashem. A stark example of this is addictions, drug users. They completely deny not only other people, they deny themselves. And he goes on a tangent here about just that, just like substance abuse denies common sense, that destroys mind, body, and soul. And when people do substance abuse, God forbid, not on anybody, they deny it, they destroy themselves. It's the same thing. It's all rooted in common sense. Same is true in gratitude. When the young child denies the good that's given to him, his parents are angered, despite the fact that he's small and he lacks understanding. Stop and think. Who do we crown as a good and well-bred child? The one who knows how to say thank you. Ingratitude is a collective negative trait of mankind. Our sages relate that even animals express appreciation. As the Torah states, the ox knows its owner and the donkey the footsteps of its master. Isaiah 1:3. Not amazing? Even animals know how to say gratitude, express gratitude. Dogs express gratitude. And we love our dogs. It's so cute. We give them food. They love it. We just love dogs. We love creatures and humans that express gratitude to us. It's one of the most amazing things to express gratitude. Thus, if a person lacks gratitude, he can't plead, oh, I didn't learn Torah, I don't know any better. No, because it's just a common sense. It's one of the most basic human ethics. You don't need to learn, you don't need to be wise for this. Lack of gratitude leads to all types of tribulations, God forbid. So much of our contemporary suffering is a result of this yet to be rectified sin of baseless crying. We cry and complain, and the exile gets only longer and longer. Our main job is to uproot this despicable trait of ingratitude. We must pursue this path of thanks and gratefulness to attain our imminent redemption. So it says, basically it says like this, that the root of all our suffering is ingratitude. Because really, if we're grateful, really, guys, let's say we have debt. Like, yeah, I have a debt. Like me personally, I have debts, okay? Now, I can complain about my debts, and that's not going to do anything for the debts. Trust me. I can complain to people about the debts, and then they're going to loan me money, and then I'll get into more debts to get out of debts. So that doesn't make sense. I can go to a bank and get more debts and take out loans, but that doesn't make sense either. What am I going to do? Which, by the way, it could be a solution to go to a bank and get a different loan. It's fine. Like, we're just going to put that aside. That wasn't a good example. But instead, I can thank Hashem and see the good in these debts. Say, okay, Hashem, God, what is the good in the debts? Say first, you say thank you. Think on the debts. Then say, find the good yourself. Say, okay, this debt's bringing me to thank you. They're bringing me to talk to you. They're bringing me to develop my own trait of gratitude, to build my vessels, right? We talked about the cups are vessels. So already there's good things in the gratitude, in the debts. That's number 2. Number 3 is, say, okay, God, please help me, Hashem, to see the good and to see what I need to rectify on this punishment. And you say, okay, so what is my part in the debts? Like, I got into debts in the first place, right? So I got to fix something in me that I get into debts. And then you start thinking about what it could be that you thought. And then you make a positive resolution. Okay, Hashem, help me to see, this is number 5 or 6 already. Help me, Hashem. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give charity 10%. Or I'm going to put $5 aside every month to pay to my debts. Whatever amount you want, $5 a week, whatever you want, $1 a week, whatever. And then you say, okay, God, I'm going to talk to you about the debts every day. I'm going to do, you do a resolution to talk to Hashem every day. An hour would be amazing. Half an hour is great. 5 minutes if you have. Just talk to Hashem in a few minutes. And that's already an amazing, amazing achievement. And so, you're already getting close. But when you're feeling the good in the debts, then you stop feeling the pain of the debts. And then the challenge is gone. Like, okay, you still have the debt, but the challenge, the emotional difficulty is kaput, is gone, is finished. Because you see the good. So you're constantly every day living with, oh, I love my debts, I love my debts, I love. Believe me, it's weird. And I got to that level way back, like 6 months ago, where I was like, I love my dads. I love my dads. They're like so cool. They make me go and thank Hashem for my dads every day. It was weird. And then all of a sudden, God paid 2/3 of my debt, and I was like, whoa, that's amazing. And then I kind of just stopped thanking Him. So I have to wake up and go back to that. I love you guys very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Try it out.